What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to JDC Studio. My name is Jacob, and this is H&J City Tours, Episode 2, The Welcoming Center. Everything this tour is going to include is the H&J City homes, which is different than Me and Hudson's house, which I did in the last episode, the pool, the castle, the zoo, and even a mini soccer field. And so, like I said in the last episode, with each new episode, I'm going to showcase suggestions that I added for any previous builds. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten any for the house yet, which is fine because, like I said, I was pretty satisfied with how the house is right now. But of course, if you do have a suggestion for it later on, I'll be more than happy to implement it if I can and showcase it in whichever episode I'm going to be filming next. I did get one suggestion from a friend saying that I should add doggy doors to my house for the wolves, but unfortunately I couldn't find a good spot to implement them, so I didn't end up doing it. But with that out of the way, let's get into the tour of the Welcoming Center. What are you waiting for?
Alright guys, so a little bit of a disclaimer at the beginning. The main part of this episode was supposed to be the actual Welcoming Center building. That's kind of like a visitor center where you kind of check in to be able to explore the city. But I unfortunately don't have that finished yet because I figured out that there's actually a lot more things that I'm going to need in order to complete it. I'm going to need maps for different sections of the city, and I still haven't finished a lot of sections, and so it might not be ready for a lot more episodes, but I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what is there so far. And so there's that bridge and then that divided blue and red section of the building, and that's all you're seeing. So let's start with this soccer field over here. The soccer field was actually designed off of a toy that I got when I was like 7 or 8 years old for my cousins. So I decided to replicate it right here. And so there's a blue goal here and a white goal here. I know that's not in the real toy, but the reason I did that is because me and my cousin one time made this story with the stick bots. If you don't know, they look like this, and we made this awesome video with them, which if I can find the file too, I'll put in the description so you guys can watch. I also wrote a book version of it, and here's all the pages for you to look at as well. And along with the book, I also put a lot of materials and items that people use during games inside of this chest. With the soccer field, I really went more for builds than actual functionality, but maybe someday in the future I'll even create like a whole sports stadium or like maybe even a whole sports team for H&J City. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I also just made this recently. This is a little bench or bleacher area for people to sit and watch the games that they perform or practice, where you can look and cheer people on and everything. By the way, be careful if you're sitting on this top one. You could fall down. Like I just did there. Sorry, that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. That's kind of funny though. I might leave that in the final video. And if you're seeing this, then I did. That's just a cave. Don't worry about that. Oh, and if you're wondering what that light thing is over there, I guess I'll just show you. I don't know why I created it, but it's just like a little secret base. And it currently doesn't have anything in it, but I made this underground section right by the river where you can get in. And then there's another trapdoor that leads into the actual little base. And so I put a bed at the end, and I don't really have anything else in it currently. Maybe I'll see if I can find something to put in it in the next episode, or you guys can suggest something. But yep, that's what it is right now. You know, now thinking about it, I should make the bridge look really cool if I can see it from this far away. Oh wow, it's about to be sunset already. Going over this way, we're actually going from behind, so sorry, I'm gonna have to go around. Over this way, we have a giant H building and a giant J building, with a giant word "and" made out of oak planks in the middle of it. I was kind of debating whether I should have just left this here or made this instead the Welcoming Center, since it does actually look like a really cool welcome sign, but I didn't want to have to destroy all of this. I mean, I could, but it'd take a lot more time than I have right now. So maybe in a future episode, I'll actually let you guys decide whether or not you want me to put it in a different location, like where that welcoming area originally was. And I haven't updated this section in a while, so it looks kind of stupid. But I guess this could serve as a good example of how I used to build houses back in the day. I actually have a world called Alphabet City, where the world was entirely just houses made out of letters. And then there's also this part here. This part has a door to the back instead. Then I made a little backyard here, and then right outside that backyard, a tiny little minecart track on redstone blocks. I honestly have no idea why I made this. I guess it could just serve as a fun little ride for anyone just walking around this area. Yeah, as you can see, it has a very simple shape, and it doesn't really lead you anywhere either, so I'm not really sure why I built it. You also may have noticed that along with the red theme for the H, I also put crimson fences around it and this crimson tree. I don't know why I used netherrack to build the leaves. I guess because there aren't really like nether leaves. And then over here, I made a warped tree using the same netherrack but with the warped covering. Oh, this actually is prismarine. I kind of forgot about this because it's been a while since I've built it. I decorated the outside with some blue orchards, and if we go inside, which also has a warped door, there's two beds right here in the left part of the J. And then there's a little window there. The windows are also blue. And then if we go to the right section, there's this ladder up to the top part, and it has two shulker boxes. Did I put anything in them? Oh, what? Why do I have shears in that one? I don't know. And there's nothing in that one. I could check the other shulker boxes, but man, I don't really want to. And then this door to the back, and this one has an ice rink inside of it. Again, not sure why I built it. So that's all of that. You know, now I'm kind of confused if this mushroom was originally here or if I put it there because the red H was there. It probably was already there. You know, maybe that's why I decided to put it there now that I think about it. It's been a while, okay, so I can't really remember. And you're probably already seeing that giant building over there. That's the castle. But before I show you that, I still have to show you the pool. Dude, it actually looks so cool swimming through this river. So in a little bit, there should be a bridge going over the, oh, yep, right here. So the other side of this bridge connects to Tarnra Town, which is what we're going to look at in episode 3. So I don't want to spoil it for you. But over this way, we have this Choco container storage unit, which is basically just an area with a lot of chests. And usually I just put items in here that I don't need anymore or that I put on hold. Because usually when I build stuff in this world, my items can kind of get lost in my inventory. But recently I cleared it out. That's why there isn't anything in here. I also put shulker boxes along the top. I thought that was a pretty cool detail. Another detail is the exit sign right here. And then if we continue along this path, it says H&J local pool is that way. And sure enough, here we are. As you can see, I made 3 lounge chairs right here with an umbrella. I was also going to add a little side table, but I wasn't really sure how to do that. I was going to put like a trapdoor here on the side of this umbrella, but I thought that looked kind of weird when it was closed. And I also thought it wasn't super functional since it only worked for one of these chairs. And at the end of the path here, we've got the low diving board. What's funny is that when we started building this pool, which was actually before we even built the house, yeah, this was the first thing we rather discovered because obviously I didn't build this. This is definitely generated by the world. There is actually a lake in Tarnra Town over there that I could have used instead for a pool, but since this was the first one that I discovered, I wanted to make this the pool. So you just dive in there, and if you're lucky enough, you'll get into the 2-block deep zone. And that's actually how deep this pool goes. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then if we come on over to this side right here, we have some more lounge chairs and some more umbrellas. We've got a set of 2 right here and a set of 3 right here. The side tables would actually work much better in this situation since the chairs are all leveled with each other. But you can just give me your suggestions. If we go along this path, we'll take you over to this intersection, and I'll show you the hospital in another episode, but if you go right, it leads you to a swim clothing shop. And oh, what happened to the wolf? There was a wolf here earlier. Oh, it's right here. And yeah. So if we go inside, as you can see, we've got some displays right here and some costs for the different types of clothing. And I pretty much just put every type of Minecraft clothing in here, but it's because I didn't really know which ones to make swim clothing, so I guess we could just pretend that they're all swim clothing. And if you saw, I put the helmets in this one, the chest plates in this one, the leggings in this one, and the boots in this one. And this is the counter where the manager can stand and you can buy the clothing that you want. You also have a really nice view of the pool and the castle again. Also, in case you didn't see, I also wanted to point out this little section here where you can get onto the sidewalk from the pool. So if we go all the way around to the other side, we have the higher level diving board, which wasn't here when we first started building this pool, but as you can see, it is much higher. Not as high as that one used to be though. It used to be like all the way up there. I'm not even joking. Then right around it, we have this little panda hut, and it's literally called, with a little bit of a spelling error there, Little Panda's Hut. And if you go inside, the fence goes around this little building, and inside this building is bamboo, which I can use to feed the pandas daily. I'll usually just drop some like right here, and then they'll pick it up and eat it. Pandas are actually my favorite animals if you didn't know. So I think that's enough for them for now. Oh yeah, this panda is kind of sitting on top of it, but there's also a little water section for them to drink water. So now let's move on to the castle. If we go back around to this section, which is where we first got to the pool, you might have seen this path. And this path is, I guess, restricted, and I could have put a sign that said this path is restricted, but I felt like it didn't really need it to. So once you get to the edge of this gate here, which surrounds the castle, I couldn't find a way to make it so that only people with certain permissions or only someone with a key would be able to enter that. I'm not at that level of Minecraft building, but this gate will open, and then you can just walk on through, and then this path will eventually lead to the front door of the mayor's castle. That's right, if you saw the first episode, you'll see that I said me and Hudson used to call our house the mayor's house. But I decided to instead let the mayor live in a castle because I felt like the castle was a lot more fancy. This was also something we started building when we first made H&J City, but it was a little bit after the pool in the house. So if we walk on in the front door, we're greeted to this nice blue, green, yellow carpet, and I actually hid sea lanterns underneath it to light it up a little bit. And then if you go forward right here, I built an underground aquarium. The walls of the water area, as you can see, I made out of diamond blocks, and then I put all sorts of plants and corals under there, and I put 5 tropical fish in there. If we look over here to our left, there's a little bench in this section, and then the bathroom is right here. And if you go inside, there's this awesome bathtub with a blue curtain, and even a little step right here. 2 towels made of customized banners. I did put a window here, but it's actually fine because I went onto the outside area around this part of the castle, and you couldn't see inside of the room at all. So it's completely protected and safe. And on this side, we have the sink, the toilet, and a mirror in front of the sink, and these are supposed to be like toothpaste, I guess, or some sort of toiletries. And I put a lid over the toilet right here. I can't remember if I did that in our house, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, although I could be wrong. And then right over here is the shower room, which has the exact same towel and some body cleaner stuff on a shelf right here. And this is the shower itself, and it's actually functional because if you flick this lever, water comes out, and you actually need to flick it twice for it to turn off, and then twice again for it to turn on. There really isn't any reason for me to have a dispenser down there. I just thought it looked like a cool floor. If we go out this way, there's a window right here, and we can actually see the little panda hut. And then if we go on the right section of the first floor here, we have a little hangout area with this bench made out of prismarine bricks, and then this granite tile stair couch, Polish granite couch, and then a Polish diorite couch. In this little section, we have those bookshelves that I said looked like drawers in the last episode, and then there's also this room right here, but I can't show that to you yet because I have some unfinished maps in there that will only be ready once I have some things on the map completed, so that'll have to wait. But again, like with the carpet, I had sea lanterns behind these paintings, but I don't want to destroy it because it'll be too much work to find the right paintings again. And then there's the staircase that goes up to the second floor. There aren't any sea lanterns behind this painting because the other side of the stone brick wall behind this painting leads to the outside so that people would be able to clearly see it. And so if we turn around this way over to our right, we have a dining room area, and if we look to the left of that, we have a royalty chair where the mayor can sit. You know how usually higher powers have this like throne honoring chair, and it usually has like carpet in front of it to make it fancier. I don't know why I put these shelves here, but it also has gold and diamond blocks behind it, and there's a window behind it as well. Thought I'd point that out in case it was hard to see. And then there's this small little balcony here with a lounge chair that's just like the ones over at the pool, and a little chest with snacks you can enjoy. And we have a nice little view of everything. It's probably really hard to see, but over there is actually the bleacher seating by the soccer field. Another little detail I added is some holes inside the walls, and I also made sure that the bricks aligned properly, because if the hole was on this part here, then it would look off. Hey, you could kind of see the bookshelf on the other side there. Actually, I think I kind of forgot to show you the top of the section that you come in on, so let me do a little bit of a recap of that. So if you look up, we have these paintings along the more top part of this giant room here, and then we have these lanterns kind of scattered around the ceiling here at different heights. I also made sure that each of the holes aligned properly with the room, and then we have this big fancy window and stairs aligning the sides of the roof there. So if we go back inside from the balcony, you can see that this is where the holes were from the front section of the top part of the entry room. And then if you look to the right of the dining tables, we have the mayor's bed right here. And of course, I also made the bed fancy with this whole thing of smooth quartz around it. And since it's nighttime, we might as well go to bed. To the left of the bed, this is the bookshelf that you could see from the hole in the balcony. And we've also got a little chair here for you to sit while you read. And just like with that section, you can see through the hole. But this time you see clear skies since this is the balcony. And then to the right of the bed, we've got this little lamp, and I put pressure plates around it so if you walk around it, it'll light up. We've got another window facing the direction of the pool. You can see the water and those umbrellas right there, and also a little bit of the clothing shop and the panda hut once again. And then there's a staircase onto the roof area. So right over here we have a machinery area with all kinds of toolbox thingies, the cartography table, the crafting table, the loom, the Fletcher table, smithing table, and anvil. A nice little top design. You know, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have slept because now you are able to see how much these little lamps that I built light up the castle. But oh well. On this left section, we've got a stage, and in case you're wondering, this chest just has green concrete blocks inside it, or lime concrete blocks inside of it for green screens and stuff. I might put more props in there later, but that's what's in there right now. And then we've got these benches where people can sit and watch. And then we've got spy glasses on these item frames for you to just look out. I know you technically can't take them out of the frames, but you can take them out of this barrel right here. And check out the view. Yeah, right there we can spy on that little get out area at the end there. You can't really see the lodge area from here though. Maybe if I move a little. Yeah, right there. The pool. Whoa, look at that. And then the panda hut. The pandas just look so cute laying there. That one's got its head through the fence. Not sure how that's happening and how he's surviving. He would surely suffocate to death in real life. But anyway, right here we've got a little bit of an attic closet and also a kitchen and a lab room because as you can see, we've got furnace, blast furnace, smoker, and a little cooking deck area right here. That's why I called it the mini kitchen. We've also got a chest with the items I used to make the kitchen and also the machinery from that little area over there. I also put holes in this wall, as you can see, and a clock right next to the door. These are the same barrels that I got the spyglass from, so let me return the spyglass to this one. And this one has just decoration materials that I used for this castle build. And then we have a color dyeing cauldron right here, and you can probably guess what's in here. Dyes and water buckets. I also put another cauldron in there in case I accidentally destroy it and need to put it back. And right here we've got more carpet. The window in here is also made of iron bars, but you know you're not in jail. And the last part of the tour is the zoo. And sorry if this part of the video gets really glitchy. I may have put a bit too many animals in here, and so yeah, that's why it's making it very laggy. And again, you can see the castle and a stray panda over there. Huh. The zoo actually used to be over there, so maybe that panda was from the old zoo. But regardless, this is the new one, and it's called the Tarnra Walking Zoo. This is the entrance to it. We've got this fancy little gate right here. So each one of these pens right here has different animals in it. This one has rabbits, this one has chickens, this one has cats, this one has ocelots, this one has mushrooms, sheep, cows, pigs, wolves, donkeys, mules, horses, llamas, camels in this one, trader llamas in this one, a sniffer, a ravager, a strident, a zoglin. It's either zoglin or hoglin, I can't remember. Then we've got pandas, of course, then iron golems, and armadillos. Also, I have to constantly go in here and pick up the skin that they shed. Same thing with the chickens and the eggs that they lay constantly. And what I do with them is I go in here where all these barrels are. This is kind of like the storage unit for this zoo here. And I actually put all the spawn eggs of the animals in this zoo inside of these barrels, and they're actually in the same order as they were in the actual zoo. And I divided them by the barrels based on which row or column they were in. The bottom three, if you're wondering, don't have anything in them. And so that pretty much concludes the tour of episode 2.
And once again, if you have a suggestion, please leave it in the comments below or tell me whichever way works best for you, and I will be more than happy to implement them and showcase them in whichever episode I will be filming next at the time. And also, I forgot to say this in the intro, but please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help me get this video recommended to more people and get more suggestions. I'm really going to need it in some future episodes, so I really appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you in episode 3, which is Tarnra Town. Hey everyone, I actually have a bit of an update, because guess who just came to surprise me?
What's good, viewers?
That's right, Hudson did.
Yeah, we just got in like 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're staying at my grandparents' house, his grandparents too.
Yep.
And we surprised him a couple nights ago, which was really, really fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Although he has school, we've been hanging out and eating meals together. It's been really fun.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you for the massive influx of views I've been getting recently on the ABC Box Turtle video. It's honestly insane, and it's going farther than any of my wildest dreams could have imagined. Honestly, at this rate, I might even reach 1 million views on my channel by next year. Who knows?
Yep, episode 3 of H&J City is releasing December 7th. Am
Wait.
I right?
I was supposed to say that part.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. But let's see if we can reach the same view count on H&J City Tours, everyone. Let's make it happen.